Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell the truth about silver. Today is Saturday, the 4th of December 2021, and we're publishing our gold and silver weekly update for the week ending the 3rd of December. So let's take a look. Gold fell $9 last week, falling from $1,793 to $1,784, having hit a high of 1809 and a low of 1762, a fall of 0.5%. In sterling terms, gold finished the week at £1,348. That's up £5. And in euros, it closed at 1,577 euros. That's down €5. Silver performed worse. It actually fell 58 cents, falling from $23.15 to $22.57, having hit a high of $23.46 and a low of $22.06, a fall, in fact, of 2.5%. In sterling terms, silver closed at £17.05. That's down 29 pence on the week. And in euros, it closed at 19.95 euros. That's down €0.5. The gold to silver ratio rose from 77.5 to 1 to 79 to 1, and looking perilously close to breaching that 80 to 1 gold to silver ratio once again. Bitcoin fell $7,071 and currently stands at $48,123. Now, had we completed this last night, Bitcoin would have been somewhere around $56,000, $55,000, but there's been a major crash this morning. The Dow Jones closed on Friday at 34,580, down 59 points on the day and down 319 points on the week. The S&P 500 closed at 4,538, down 38 points on the day and down 56 points on the week. And the Nasdaq Composite closed at 15,085, down 295 points on the day and down 406 points on the week. So a pretty bad week again for equities, especially on Friday, and perhaps worse to come on Monday, but more on that shortly. Brent crude closed at $69.88, down $2.84, and WTI crude closed at $66.26. That's down $1.89 on the week. And as we said last week, it's really good to see oil prices falling below that $70 mark. The dollar index stands at 96.11. That's up 0.03 on the week. Now, we concluded last week's video with the following forecast. Either way, our best estimate is that we expect to see gold trading between 1750 and 1850, with 1700 to 1900 as outliers. We can see silver trading between 2275 to 24, with 22 to 25 as outliers. Well, gold traded well within our normal range without moving into outlier territory. And silver went almost as low as our outlier limit, but stayed within our normal range at the upper end. There is no doubt that silver has once again been a major casualty, and the spread of the Omicron COVID-19 virus variant has spooked global markets and laid the foundations potentially for weaker silver prices due to envisaged global economic deterioration, and therefore an envisaged reduction in the industrial demand for silver. For much of the week, the dollar remained strong, but gradually fell back as the week progressed, but still managed to close higher again this past 7 days. Looking at the economic data, pending home sales were considerably higher for October, as was the ADP employment report, factory orders, and the ISM Services Index. The Consumer Confidence Index and Market and ISM Manufacturing PMIs were broadly in line with expectations. However, the non-farm payrolls reported on Friday were quite disappointing, coming in at 210,000 jobs for November against 546,000 for October and against expectations of 573,000. That said, the unemployment rate did fall from 4.6% to 4.2%, and average hourly earnings dipped from 0.4% to 0.3%. The poor non-farm payroll headline rate certainly helped gold a little on Friday, but concerns of the Omicron virus has affected virtually all markets. And we've seen earlier today the crypto market, which overall is down some 11% by market capitalization. Many are now concerned about how equity markets will open on Monday, with many traders expecting a significant fall. And we're hoping to produce perhaps a more detailed video tomorrow, hopefully giving further guidance as to what Monday is likely to look like. From a technical viewpoint, gold has support at 1758 and of course at our much vaunted 1750 level, with resistance at the 10-day moving average at 1785 and that psychological barrier of 1800. Now, with the 10-day moving average having crossed the 50-day moving average from a technical point of view, it suggests that a downtrend is in place. Silver has support at September lows of $21.42, with resistance at the 10-day moving average of $23.11. Like gold, the 10-day and 50-day have also crossed, suggesting a downtrend is in place. Now, before we comment on where we see prices moving next week, let's take a look at the economic data being announced by the United States. On Monday, nothing scheduled. Tuesday, the trade deficit for October and consumer credit change for October. Wednesday, job openings. And then on Thursday, the weekly jobless claims, wholesale inventory revision for October and real household wealth for quarter 3. But then on Friday, perhaps the more important, consumer price index for November, plus core inflation for November, and the UMich consumer sentiment index for December, plus the federal budget for November. So really, once again, Friday is bearing much of the weight load for economic news. We saw last week gold and silver pare back some of their losses as we approached and during Friday, and we shall see what happens this coming week, though we may have to see a significant fall in CPI if we're not going to encounter a rather aggressive and hawkish Federal Reserve action vis-à-vis its bond tapering decisions. Geopolitically, we still have to keep an eye on Russia and Ukraine and continuing tensions between the US and China, though they are taking perhaps second and third place to Omicron, which is making all of the headlines. And it looks as if the equity markets are going to talk themselves into a tailspin and, who knows, potentially a downward spiral. If this does happen, the floor will also collapse under the crypto market, and perhaps, just perhaps, we may see monies flock back into gold, though once again, unfortunately, if this does happen, while silver will benefit from any additional monies into the precious metal space, it will be also at the same time adversely affected by the potential loss of demand in the industrial part of its demand cycle, approaching 50 to 60%. Taking all of this into account, we see gold trading between 1725 and 1825, with 1700 to 1850 as outliers, and silver trading between $21.75 and $23.75, with $21 to $24 as outliers. That's it for now. Thank you so much for listening. Do share your thoughts. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel, not forgetting to press the bell sign so you're notified of our videos as and when they're published. Please watch out for tomorrow's video. We'll have it a little more in depth and we'll be focusing on what we potentially see happening on Monday. Finally, we wish you a safe, enjoyable weekend. And as always, a prosperous week ahead. Illuminati silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice, and merely represent the personal views of its owners.